Well, everyone, we have just been given a big green light because of yesterday, and now we're about to see some pretty big changes. But are these changes going to be even bigger than what we were anticipating? We need to talk about that in this video. But what I do also want to talk about is a big thing that happened for the Cardano ecosystem. We've never seen this before. Are we about to see a massive expansion take place? All that and more. So if you guys are new or haven't already, show your support for the channel down below. Hit that subscribe button, that bell. It's free to do. It'll keep you updated anytime there's new content live here on the channel. So we did finish yesterday on a green note, and it seems like a lot of this week has just been chop. Up and down, green, red, right? A lot of whiplash back and forth. And I will say that there is a lot of manipulation, a lot of games being played in the market. And I'll show you guys this here in just a moment. But yesterday was a 2.6% day, green day for ADA. And right now we are actually broken out of this bull flag that we were building. We are still compressed between our 50-day and our 20-day moving average. So this isn't necessarily a confirmed breakout quite yet, but there are some things that you guys need to be aware of in the charts because we are building towards something that could be an explosive move to the upside. We've seen this happen before. Did want to show that BTC, despite showing some strength above its 100-day moving average, is sitting right on top of it right now. Obviously, we got that surge all the way up, almost broken out above our 50-day, but got pushed back down on some of those gains yesterday. Ethereum still showing great support above that 4250 range, which is exactly what we need to see for altcoins. BTC dominance getting some rejection off of that 20-day moving average. So all is, we'll call it hunky-dory in the crypto market. Now, obviously the big announcement yesterday was the jobs report. And the jobs report came in very cool. Not cool as in good, but cool as in cold, right? Only 22,000 non-farm jobs added in August. Very, very quiet month. Unemployment rose to 4.3%, the highest since 2021. We're climbing up from 4.2% here. So we just got a big green light for the Fed to cut rates. We have rate cuts coming in just a couple weeks' time. That's a very exciting thing. But now it's a question of how big is that cut in fact going to be? In fact, right now we are at an 11% likelihood of a 50 basis point decrease. Did I say rate hikes? Rate decrease instead of a 25 basis point decrease. So this is where the Fed again maybe has to be reactionary for dragging their feet. So that's what we're going to have to watch, obviously, in the weeks moving forward here. Now, what I will say is that we dealt with not a lot of liquidations yesterday. 269 million over the last 24 hours is really quite small, but institutional players are kind of ripping things all over the place. For example, BlackRock, remember how we talked about them accumulating, being the only one to accumulate the prior day? Well, yesterday they sold $63 million worth of BTC, $309 million worth of Ethereum. So right now, we're seeing just this massive manipulation taking place in the charts, and understand not everything is manipulation, but when we're seeing what we're seeing in terms of ADA, it's very clear that this is going on right now, right? They're basically trading this at 5-10%, not even 10%, 5% wicks or so. But we're still seeing signs that ADA in the market want to break to the upside. For example, ADA hit 84 cents almost every single day over the course of the last week. For example, Friday, right here on Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday, almost Sunday. This is, basically at daily candle open, right? Sunday, Saturday. You guys get the point. It keeps showing these signs of wanting to push the upside. In fact, what I want to show you guys is right now, ADA is actually building a bit of an inverse head and shoulders here, right on the charts. So we have to watch this neckline. If ADA gets another push over the course of the weekend, we could potentially see us exploding to the next zones, right? And remember where that is all the way up around 90 cents or so. I'm not, guaranteeing this or saying this is happening for sure. The good news is that on the weekends, there is less of this manipulation that can at least take place from institutional players. We still have to watch what the whales are doing. We still have to watch what market makers are doing. So we're definitely in a good spot, but we're dealing with a lot of the same things. And what we need is just that confidence to remain in the market, especially as we're accelerating towards these rate cuts that are coming in just a couple weeks' time. Now, something I wanted to show you guys here as well that is very important for the Cardano ecosystem is actually that over the last 24 hours, we actually saw snek hit the #1 trending token globally. Now, me personally, I don't own any snek, But this is the first time we've actually seen a Cardano native asset lead this board. And guys, this is across all assets. You guys can actually see Solana on here. You can see XRP on here. So this is a really, really big deal. All right. And it's bringing a lot of optics to the Cardano ecosystem. So now what does that mean? Does that mean we're about to see an ecosystem boom? Potentially. We've actually seen these things take place before. I'm not sure if anybody remembers, oh gosh, when was that? Back in 2022, I think it was. We actually saw Cardano become the second largest NFT used chain in crypto, surpassing a lot of big names. So we might potentially see, especially as we get into bigger DeFi times here, more launches take place on Cardano, more projects building with Cardano. We could see it take off in the meme coin sector. Who knows? We've seen times where it's gotten pretty lively before, you know, with Snek and Hosky and many others, right? But we're kind of in the last of it, all right? Not the last of the market cycle, but the last of this manipulative time, the last of this boring sideways trading. I mean, this week, for all intents and purposes, has been dead sideways, not moving anywhere. But again, we keep showing all these signs of this being where ADA and many other assets have bottomed, and they're trying to basically extend and create this next push. So we'll see what happens over the weekend. I want to remind everybody, weekends, they tend to be kind of quiet. They're lower volume. There's not a whole lot going on. For example, $136 billion in trading volume over the last 24 hours. ADA did eclipse $1 billion again, which is a great sign. So things are livening up just a little bit, but that's kind of where we're at. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts. Where do you think we're headed over the course of the weekend? Do you think we can again get a push as we get into next week? I want to remind everybody we have a PPI and CPI report coming this week as well. So hopefully those bode well for the market. Going to have less impact in the Fed rate cut decisions, but it's going to have a lot of impact in the charts, obviously. So I appreciate you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know your thoughts below, but have a great day. Catch you guys in the next one. Take care.